Good morning. Let me get my computer up so I know what you're seeing. Hopefully you're seeing what you should be seeing. Just a minute. Oh, not yet. Okay, there we are. Nope. I am StampinDeDe, and the page you are on is StampinDeDe's Doings. And I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I love these products and I love what I do. Everything coordinates so well, and that makes it so much easier to make beautiful cards. So let me tell you about a couple of things. First of all, Tuesday night, June 18th, is my Dying to Know, my Facebook Live Dying to Know, and it's usually the first Tuesday night of the month, but that didn't happen this month, and so I moved it to Tuesday night the 18th, and we're going to be featuring Unbounded Love, both the stamps and the dies, and I'm so excited. I've been working with that die set, trying to come up with multiple examples of how they can be used. So you want to be sure and tune in right here, Tuesday night, the 18th. And then next week, the Stampin' Thursday is going to be a mystery card, but we make our mystery card together. So you're not left trying to figure out what the clue means. We do it together. I give you a list of the supplies on Wednesday. Gather those supplies and make that mystery card with me. It's another Funfold card. So you're going to want to tune into that and make the card with me. All right. But today is this Deckled Circle Gatefold card. Such a unique card. And I want you to know that my blog is StampinDeDeSpot.blogspot.com, and all the measurements and the photos, the tutorial will be on my blog, and you can go there and access it. And please click following on that, and you'll be notified every time I make a new post. So thank you for being here with me this morning. And if you're watching, please comment, let me know. Let me know whether you like Funfold cards or not. You know, there are some of the Funfold cards that I don't even try, because I know I'm not going to make that and send it to somebody. That's just me. I know some of the demonstrators, you know, really do some of these fabulous Funfold creations, but I like the ones that are easy to do and simple. And today's, although it looks not so simple, it really is. It really is, if you have the right tools. And if you don't have a demonstrator that you order through, I would love to help you get the tools that you need to make cards. I would be glad to start with you from the very beginning and help you through the process. So watch for the future, because I'm going to be doing some scrapbook pages as well. I am going back to my first love. I'm not giving up making cards, because I love making cards, but I'd sort of fallen off the wagon with my scrapbooking. But Stampin' Up! is bringing on some new products to make that easier, and I'm so excited about that. So be tuned in for that. So let me tell you about these two cards first. So this one is made with the new Charming Duck Pond bundle and the Lily Pond DSP. And this is absolutely the cutest set. It is, I love it. I love it. The paper is beautiful. It's 6x6 paper. The dies cut out some of the images on the papers, making it so easy to create a card like this. So these are two of the papers that were in that set. So, hello friend, you make me happy. And this is a happy card. So that's one of them. And then this one is another one of my favorites in the new catalog. This is the Citrus Blooms bundle, along with the Mediterranean Blooms DSP. And oh, this DSP is just to die for. And again, the dies make it easy to cut out the images on some of the designer paper, which is what this is. And it's a happy birthday. I just need so many happy birthdays. This is another one. You know, this, I had to fussy cut this one, but it was on the edge of the paper. Don't throw those edges, those images on the edges away. Fussy cut them and use them on your cards and on your envelopes. All right, and what I did was I put my sentiment just barely over where the edge of this deckled circle is going to be, so that I could tuck the edge under it. I put it up on dimensionals. I did that with both of these. It's just barely. So it's really easy to open, but it's also easy to just scoot it back under that edge, and it kind of holds it closed. So these are the two samples that I did, and we are going to make another one of these using the Latte Love bundle and a little Latte Designer Series paper. So the first thing we need, oh, and you're going to need deckled circles. Now, yeah, you're going to need this to make this card. So if you don't have the deckled circles, you might consider getting these. They're really useful. You're going to need that, and you need some kind of a border edge. Now, I don't have, what is it, fancy borders or something like that. I don't have that die set. So I went back through my dies, and I found two border dies. This one comes from Beach Day, and it's the wave, but, you know, it's just a border die. This one came from Gone Fishing. And again, you know, it's kind of got water blotches, but it just looks like a die, a border die. So I used those two. I found those two in our current sets. But there's also a border set, a die set, fancy borders or something like that. All right. So your first piece of paper is a cardstock, and I'm using the crumb cake. And this one is 6 inches by 5.5 inches. So this is your 6-inch side. There's your 6-inch side. This is your 5.5-inch side. So along the 6-inch side, we're going to do some scoring. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and we're going to score it 7/8 of an inch on each end. So 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/8 is a half. 5, 6, 7/8 is right there. It's 2 marks. It's the next to the last mark before the 1. So we're going to score it, and you want to be sure and get your scoring blade, not your cutting blade, and then I'm going to turn it and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to score it 7/8 of an inch in. And when we fold that, then we're going to be left with a 4 1/4 by 5.5 center section. And the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut that edge before we fold it or anything else. But I didn't want to bring my my cut and emboss over here. So what I'm going to do is run it through. This is how we're going to put it. We just want to cut the edge off, and we want this wavy end here. So I'm going to bring in my plate, and I'm going to put this way. I don't think, yeah, I'm going to have to put it this way. It wouldn't work with the mini, so, and I'm going to position it where I want it to be, right along that edge, and then I'm going to grab some of our Post-it tape that is just about needing to be replaced, but I'm still using it. All right, I've got it ready to cut. And now I'm going to run it through real quick. Oh, you know, I forgot my other plate, my top plate. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to run it through. So I'll bring it back over here and show you. Oh, yeah, that one just disintegrated. I use these over and over and over again, and they finally just fall apart. Yeah, that one did too. Oh, because it was over the cutting. Oh, you know what I did? Duh. You know what I did, don't you? Now, that's my mistake for this Facebook Live. I had my cutting edge up. Oh, all right. Let's do this one more time. I'm going to use my little piece. Okay. Well, I've made my mistake. I got that out of the way early. I'm going to put the top on it. That's what I get for getting in a hurry. All right. Now we're going to cut it. Uh-oh. It came off. It slid off, so I've got to put it back on. I guess I need to get me a new piece of tape because it slid right off. Position it again. Put another piece of tape on there. All right, let's see if we can make it work this time. All right, here we go. I'll bring it back over there again. Take it off this time. And it didn't cut my Post-it because, but it is falling apart, my Post-it. All right, we've got the first edge cut. There it is. And you see the little watermarks right there. But that's great. That's great. Now we're going to turn it around and we're going to do the same thing to the second edge. I'm just putting it right up against the edge of the paper. Put my Post-it and Post-it and my falling apart Post-it. I guess I'll have to trash these after this demo. All right, we're going to run this edge through. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to throw these away. I've used and used and used them, but they really stay sticky for a long time. So, okay, wow, I need to get that one off. There we go. Throw the papers away. This is what I'm using. Post-it, labeling, and cover-up tape. And, of course, it's sticky. It's like Post-it. It's wonderful. All right, so we've got our edges cut. And now we're going to take these and fold them in where we scored it. And I'm going to do this. Fold this in. All right, now we have the base of our card. So next, we are going to take our larger circle die. So this is the next to the largest deckled circle die. We're going to take the next to the largest, and this piece is a 5.5 inch square. So see, it just barely fits. So I'm going to get another piece of new tape. I just need a little bit piece, but I'll put it on my pants first and take a little bit of the sticky off. Get me another one. And now I'm going to put this on the die cut machine. And run it through. Okay, we have our first deckled circle cut. Put that over there so I can reuse it. And here's our second one. Now these are really going to be sticky because I haven't used them to death. All right. So that is our 5.5 inch square. And then we have a designer series paper that we're also going to cut using the third largest deckled circle. It's going to be this one. And I'm trying to decide, I think I want the blue in the front. So, you know, I need to decide which paper I want on the front and which paper I want on the inside. So I think I'm going to go for the blue on the front. And I think I want it this way. But I can turn it either way, though, once I get it cut. So I'm putting it to the edges so that I have a little bit of an edge left. And I use those to cut flowers, to cut matte pieces for sentiments. So I'm going to cut this using the third largest deckled circle. Okay. Here we go. And I'll put this away. Now, we are through with our, no we're not, because we have to cut the inside one too. So let's go ahead, and that's with the third largest. Let's go ahead and cut it too. Get all of our cutting done. Again, I'm putting it right up against the edge to save as much of the DSP as I can to use later. All right, get that cut. Now we're through with our deckled circle dies. And we'll put those right back over there. Set my DSP aside. Let me look on here. So if you're having to watch the replay on this, thank you so much for doing that, for watching the replay. And if you're watching it on YouTube, thank you for doing that. I hope on YouTube that you will subscribe and click that bell so that you'll be notified every time there's a video posted. And if you're watching the replay on Facebook, I'd love to know that you are, and whether you enjoy Funfold cards or not. That sort of helps me know what to do next, if I know what you enjoy. All right, so get these kind of right there. You really can't see them all, but I need space to work too. So the next thing we're going to do is take our trimmer again, and each one of these have to be cut in half. So this one is the 5 inch. This is the 5 inch. And so we're going to cut it at 2 3/4. So let's see. No, the 5 inch, we're going to cut it 2 1/2. And we're going to cut it right in half. So we're going to position it at 2 1/2, which will be the center. And I've tried to get it straight. So we've cut that in half. This is for the inside. This is the outside one. Now this is where you need to decide whether you want it to go this way, or this way. With my card, it really is just a personal preference, so I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to put it at 2 1/2 inches and cut it. So now I have the outside. Now you also want to be careful because it's really going to go this way. This way. They're going to go this way. So if you've got a directional piece of designer series paper, like really I did with this one, and I really did with this one, I had to watch and make sure that my frog was not upside down. And I also wanted him to show. So you just, if you're using directional designer series paper, be careful about that. But this, I'm not. And this is how it's going to go on the card. And then this is my 5 1/2 inch. So it is going to be cut at 2 3/4. So I'm going to position it at 2 3/4, which is the center, and give it a cut. All right, I think we're good with our cutting for right now. Now we're going to begin putting our card together. So this is the front flap, and it's going to go like this. And it's going to go under your edge here because you want your edge to show. So I'm going to take my designer series paper and I'm going to glue it on here. I put it on here first so I could see exactly where it was going to go. So I'm going to glue this on, and I'll use my Stampin' Seal for this. I'll go this way and a little along this edge and this edge, that edge and that edge. I don't know. There. I want it to stay. Right there. All right. So I'm going to get this glued on, and I'm going to position it to where it's as even as possible. And it's not going to be perfect. So if it's not the same distance here as it is here, don't worry about that. Just make sure it's the same distance up and down. And I'm going to do it. And you can move it over as far as you want, depending on how much deckled edge you want to show. So I did that. Okay, now I'm going to do this one on this paper. And a little more right there. All right. So now I'm going to position this one pretty close to the edge, top and bottom. This one, I need to move this way a little bit. Come on, don't stick yet. I'm going to move it toward the center toward the circle edge so that it matches this, which means it's going to have more of an edge on this side, but it's not going to matter. All right, there we go. That looks pretty even. It doesn't matter here because you're going to cover that up. All right, and now we're ready to put that in. Or we could go ahead, let's go ahead and put this one in. So now it's going to go this way because you're looking at the back side. So I'll put that one there, and that one there, and all is well. This a little latte paper is so gorgeous. So it's just fun. I say gorgeous, and really what I mean is fun. It's a fun paper. Okay, this one is going to go. Now this one is going to show a little bit more this edge, just a little bit more. Still want it even. There we go. So I'm going to leave that edge there. Okay. Just got it around the edge. And put it right there. All right, there we go. So now we've got our outside and our inside. So now what we're going to do, and I'm going to use tear and tape for this, just so it stays. You can use whatever you want to use, but I'm going to use some tear and tape. And I'm going to put it right along this, well, wait a minute. So this is the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this just to make sure I don't mess up. You know me. I don't want to get the tear and tape on the wrong end. And I've made several of these, and yet I get caught up in the moment and mess up. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one up and put this one down. And I'll have to trim that just a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to fold this little edge under. And now I'm ready to put this on. And I'm going to push it up almost. I'm going to make sure it's centered this way, but push it up fairly close to the fold. Okay, that's it. And we're going to do this one the same way. See if I can get it right this time. I still needed that extra little piece. Okay, get that up. Add the extra piece. Because I want it to go. I want to be sure it goes all the way to the edge. It really needs to. And it's easy to take this and fold it in. All right. And then I'm going to put this, got my thing going, center it up and down, That's the main thing, is that it's centered up and down. Okay, got it. There we are. Now we're going to need to do a little bit of trimming right here. And I'm going to do it from the back side. You're just going to, I'm just giving it a wiggle. Just so, it's a deckled edge. I'm just giving it a wiggle. Right to the edge. There you go. See, it looks like it was cut that way. Get my pieces. So I'm going to do it from the back. Let's do this one first. And then this one is going to come this way. Kind of do it upside down a little bit. That's good enough. There's a little, oh, that's the wiggle. That's part of the deckled edge. All right. So we've got that part done. And we have the inside done. Now we need our white. But before we do our white inside, and it looks like I need to trim this just a little bit. This should be 4 by 5 1/4. So let me make sure. 5 1/4. Oh, not quite. By 4. Oh, not quite. I guess I just grabbed a piece of white and decided I would trim it with y'all. I'm getting all these little pieces that have just the tiniest bit of adhesive on them still. All right, but before we put this inside, we're just going to put it right there. Oh yeah, perfect. Before we do that, I want to stamp it. And I've already fussy or die cut. I didn't have to fussy cut. I die cut a couple of latte mugs to go on the outside here. And I didn't know if I needed 2 or 3. So I didn't do, I think 2 is going to be perfect. And now I'll put my cinnamon up here. Yeah, I think 2 is going to be fine. So what I could do is fussy cut this one, or I could die cut it. The die is in there. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it, and we'll glue it on the inside. How's that? Instead of stamping. I was going to stamp one on the inside, but we can just use this since we've already got it out of the paper. All right, so we're going to just put this inside. I'll use some white glue here. Tombow. I'm going to put it right here. And I am going to stamp a few blotches. And with that, I'll use pecan pie ink, and I'm just going to stamp some blotches to give it a little more of a coffee look. A blotch there, maybe stamp it off just a little bit here off the edge, and put one up here. All right, there we go. That's great. Works great. Works great. Let me get my stamp cleaned off here. Set it aside. While I've got the ink, although it's not that ink, I'm going to use Early Espresso for the cinnamon. And the cinnamon is going to be, hello there, let's catch up. So I get this one open. Early Espresso. And I have a little packet of random tags. And I grabbed this one, which it really works perfect for this sentiment. So I'm also gonna grab my foam pad. Get this good inked up. And stamp this right there. Hello there. Let's catch up. Okay. Put that away. So now we're ready to put this on the inside. Of course, if you wanted a sentiment of some kind on the inside, you could do that too. But it also leaves you room to write your note. Okay, there's the inside. And we're going to place this coffee cup so that it hangs off the edge just a little bit. And we'll just glue this one down. I wanted to add, oh, yeah. Okay. Make sure I didn't get glue. I tried not to get glue on that edge. And then this one, we're going to pop it up. And just add some interest. So grab my dimensionals. And pop this up. Going the other way. Okay. So let's do it right here, right there. And now for our sentiment. Well, that really laps over. I didn't realize it was going to lap over that much. So maybe if I put it on up here. I'll do that and I'll put some ribbon there to take up that space. Whoops, out of the picture. Sorry about that. So to keep it from lapping over too much, I'm going to put it up here. And I'm going to use dimensionals. But I don't want them to go out very far because I want the overhang. So let me see. I might do a mini right here. Right there. All right, that should do it. Let's hope this works. Up a little bit higher. Okay. All right. Well, that's what it's going to have to do. Right there. Let me turn it just a tad. Hello there. All right, so I didn't get ribbon out because I didn't think I'd need it. And maybe a pool party ribbon. Let me grab some. I'll try to find some. This should be all right. Okay. Okay. So get us a bow going here. We don't need a big one. How's that? Put it right there. I think that'll work. I'll get my blue dots. Put a glue dot on the back of that. Put it right there. And then trim this down. I may need to trim it a little bit more. All right, let's see how we've got it going now. That works good. That works good. That does. That works good. I still think this is a little bit off. There we go. That's better. All right. So now I think I will get some gems. And these are Pool Party. This is the rainbow adhesive back dots. Oh, I could get this color. The petal pink. This is the petal pink, but I like this one better. Flirty Flamingo. I think that works better. So we're going to get the Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to put one, but I think it'll be a smaller one. Put one right there, and one right here, and this tiny one, I'm gonna pick it up right there. All right, there we go. I don't want to get up too high. So now we've got our Latte Love card. There you go. Not hard at all. But you do need, for this particular Funfold, you do need the deckled circles. So, you know, if this is a card that you're just dying to make, then I would say take advantage of the opportunity to add deckled circles to your collection. You won't be disappointed. I use them a lot. Okay, let me get the others out here and tell you that all of the directions and the photos will be on my blog. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you'll give this a try. And let me know if you like Funfold cards. Let me hear from you, whether you're watching this live or on the replay or on YouTube. I would love to hear from you about that. All right, I think we're done. Thank you again. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you later. This is StampinDeDe signing off.